Good morning. All right. Welcome to the chaos, everyone. I'm your host, Steven Anderson. All right, welcome to ZBrush Live. It's been a while. Let's see, make sure everything's working. You see, start with the restream chat. Yep. So I can see when you guys say stuff. You see. All sorts of things going on. So, yeah, things are going well. I hope things are going well for you too. If you have any cool news, go ahead and feel free to share it. I'd love to hear about it. Hopefully I have the right things plugged into my to the stream so that you can get the chat feed up there. But yeah, should be pretty cool and groovy. All right, sweet. All right, so hey Matthias, how you doing? Good to see you. Let me see. So last night, looks like the streams, the chat stuff is working just fine. Looks like it should be good. Good day. All right. So let me turn this down a little bit. That should be better. All right. So last night, I put together a quick little bust of my Amaterasu character that I sculpted for part of the ArtStation challenge last year. Just kind of a fun little, quick little something that I'm printing right now. Should be done in like 14 hours or something, something ridiculous like that. And yeah, once that's printed, I'll have it like sitting on my desk at work or something. I'll put pictures up on my Instagram so you guys can see it. I've also started going through and printing and making desk pets available on my Gumroad. So, I mean, if you're interested in the digital files for the desk pets, those are available. That's the shark, and the shark comes with its little ice cream bubble. Looks like that. And I also have stickers available on my Etsy. So I'm starting to go through and kind of compile things and put them together on my website. So I mean, you can see down in the bottom middle section, you'll see my website, smartest.com. You feel free to drop by, give it a look see, and yeah. I mean, if you like what you see, go ahead and give it a purchase. I'll also have my elephant up there at some point soon. So should have brought my other elephant. And then I also have my hippo. That's for sale. So this one's painted. But yeah, really fun and really excited to see what you guys do with it. So yeah, to get started, I've been running a monthly design challenge. And this month, the theme is Midsummer Night's Horror. Okay, it's kind of a play off of Midsummer Night's Dream. Just trying to be funny. So if you're interested in participating in the monthly design challenges, you're welcome to follow the Facebook group. It's the Facebook group is called No Spare Time. In fact, I could pull that up probably and show you. No spare time design challenge. Yeah. So there it is. Okay, so there's a new month, new theme. We've got a couple people already posting and showing their stuff. You know, there's my post from the speed challenge. It's just kind of fun. Okay, just wanting to have like a turtle with a rocket pack. Of course, he's wearing a helmet for safety. Okay, very important. Okay, and we got like the tears kind of coming off of the eyes and things like that. You know, just trying to be fun, keeping it lighthearted and energetic, and you know, keeping it fun. So that's kind of the idea of the design challenge. You know, find something that you want to be able to go ahead and do. You can interpret the theme however you want. This is just an idea. This is just an inspiration for you to kind of get your creative juices flowing. Okay, so speed was July. Okay, next month will be announced at the beginning of the month. Okay, so yeah, feel free to drop in and join the group. It's a fun time. So now that we've got that, let's go ahead. I'll minimize that just so we can pull it up later if we want to. Okay, so I've got a couple of things that I wanted to work on. Since the theme this month is Midsummer Night's Horror, I was thinking maybe I'd go through and start by maybe taking an hour, and I'll put on my timer so I don't go too long. Put on a timer for an hour. Okay. 1 hour. So I can go ahead and I can start my own Midsummer Night's Horror idea. Okay. And I've got kind of an idea already on what it is that I want to do. So what I'm going to do, we're going to do something we haven't done in a while. We're going to start from the sphere. Okay, and then after, let's see, let's go to initialize. We'll say h divide to 8. Take this to 8. Okay, just so we have a simple sphere. Make polymesh 3D, and then we'll refresh this so we can go ahead and just start from 0. Just start with like base. Okay, so now we can see we've got our symmetry on, which is great. Okay, so my idea for this month's theme is the undead boyfriend, or you know, something along those lines. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by blocking in. And now here's a question for you. Would you rather watch kind of more of a realistic approach, or would you rather see a more stylized approach? At the moment, I'm thinking about going more stylized, but I'm still yet to really decide it. And topology is not going to stay anyway. So let's go over here, geometry, turn off smooth. We're just going to divide it a couple of times. Hey Mohammed, hey Charlie, how you guys doing? Okay, let's turn on sculptress mode. I have my smoothing brush at like a really low Z intensity, so it takes a long time for it to really smooth out. feel like I can't see it. Yeah, this is like the fun stage where it's like we're just trying to figure out base forms and base shapes, especially those shapes. I want him to feel really gaunt, but I also want him to feel like he was possibly like, you know, athletic, star quarterback on the high school team, something like that. You know, your all-American zombie. Okay. And then the idea is to go through and I'm going to make him. Ooh, maybe I'll make him like the dude from Grease. What's John Travolta's character? I can't even remember. Maybe I could make him like that, and then except maybe with like a Letterman jacket, make him, but like, you know, give him that sort of look. And then I want to make like a Tinder profile for him, not a real one, just like a mock-up. It should be funny because, you know, summer love. Hopefully the chat's working. Oh, good. Twitch is on. Okay, good. I was worried for a second because I hadn't had any kind of any person tune in yet from Twitch, and so I was I was curious if it was working or not. Baymax 1993. How are you? That's a really cool username, by the way. I love Baymax. Big Hero 6 is one of my favorites. Okay, so what do you guys think? Should I push him more kind of realistic, or should I push him really stylized? Let me see. I'm gonna want to take it like this. Oops. Didn't even think about the backside there. Stylized. I look just like him. Is it just because it's early in the morning, or is it because because you actually are somebody's undead boyfriend? Yeah, let me see. So I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna push him more in that stylized route. Okay, let's see. Right now he's a little bit too normal. So let's do this. We're going to Take this up. Yeah, it's already looking cooler. It's funny how simple little things like that can do so much to change the whole piece. And just going through and just a simple change on where the features are. One of my college professors was really big on experimenting with feature placement like that, just to be able to get a better idea or to better support the archetype that you're trying to design. So you get archetype and stereotype, and an archetype is kind of like a general. Let's go like really square here. Let's pull this back in. Start to figure this out. Gotta eat my Cheerios before they get too soggy. Hey, gorgeous. What you looking for? I got these ones right here. Love you. See how much time we have. Okay, so we still have a bunch of time. We've only been at this for 10 minutes. Okay. Let's see. It's always kind of a challenge going through and just designing something on the fly, but it's so much fun. So right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to go through and define some planes. I'm just using my trim dynamic brush and just kind of going through and having at it. I need to make a new Damien standard brush because this one's always been too strong. Let's add a little bit back in here. I have no idea how that place is pronounced, but welcome, Eric. It's good to see you. And welcome from LA. So just to be able to catch those of you up who are just tuning in, I've got this monthly design challenge that I run out of a Facebook group called No Spare Time. Okay. So if you go and look that up, you're welcome to join the design challenge. It'll just be monthly prompts. The theme was through in sculpting right now is aimed at kind of like undead boyfriend sort of idea, and then I'm going to make a Tinder profile mock-up for him. For right now, Let's go ahead and get some eyes in there. The neck. Sometimes that'll happen. So all that was, and it's just a very simple thing. All that was that I've hit V, and that switches your colors over on their left-hand side. You can see that if I hit V. Sometimes what happens is when I'm going to select my move brush, I go a little too quickly, which always drives me nuts. Because like as soon as you take your brush off of take your cursor off of the menu disappears. And so yeah. Just gotta kind of dig this in. We're not going to like sculpt a full mouth bag or anything like that, but we could. Okay. Yeah, it's blocking eyes now. Let's say append. Oops. This isn't quite the one that I was wanting, so not a big deal, but whatever. Need to get back into sculpting from Essex. Welcome, Nick of Essex. So Nick of Essex. How's the weather for you over there right now? Okay, so one of the things I want to do, and it might be worth waiting, because I'm not sure yet if I want to make, let's say, single edge loop, polygroup, polyloop. I'm getting like too much light in my eyes. There we go. That's better. It's like there's just too much contrast. It was too bright behind my screen in order to see. All right. A ver. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I like this sphere. So what we're gonna do, let's just say delete. Okay. We're just gonna get a regular. No way. Okay, I see what happened. So sphere 3D. Okay, this is how I like to play with the eyes. So I'm gonna select a mask pen. I'm trying to decide if I want to make like a large pupil or a small pupil. Probably a smaller pupil, right? smaller iris. Okay, so I just go through and I do that, and I bring my tool, line it up with that, and then I just kind of stretch it out. What this does is it kind of gives you this impression of it being darker because it's changing forms, and it's really quite a simple way to be able to fake an eyeball. If I wanted to, I could also come over here. Let's make a polygroup for now. Okay. We can just kind of pull that in. Nah. Yeah, we'll just leave it. We'll leave it how it is. Okay, so now we just gotta scale it down. Pop it into his head. Oh, come on. Let's actually come over here. Let's say deformation. We'll do a rotate this way. Gravity was working against me. Better use the mouse. Rotate. -5. Oh. So it's going to play like that. Okay. Rotate 5. Is that what I want? Yeah, looks like that's what I want. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll play with placement on this. It needs to be smaller, I think. And maybe bigger. Turn on transparency. I mean, it looks like if I were to hit mirror and weld, it would probably like, oh no, it looks like it's not quite to the center point, but even so, yeah, I want these more in the center anyway. I don't know, we'll play with it, we'll try to figure it out. So what I'm going to do is duplicate it and mirror it over. That's funny. Okay, I think what I need to do is instead of having them with the pupil actually sculpted on, I don't know, we'll leave it for now, I guess. I might want to go through and yeah, I may want to actually go through and like eliminate the actual sculpted iris. Yeah, those eyes are they're just too small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say delete island. Okay. So come on, transparency. Well, nice of you to stop by, Eric. Good. Have a good day. Don't know where you're at right now, but it sounds like you might have been Eastern Europe or something. If that's the case, I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and well, I guess you might not even be to Sunday yet. You're only like 10 hours ahead. Never mind. But have a good weekend. Let's see, brush. You know what? If I'm gonna go stylized, I'm just gonna go really stylized. Let's do this. Let's commit. Here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, turn that all the way around. Make it bigger. Howdy, Wilfred. How you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you around here. Okay, so here's where we're going to go ahead and we're going to start pushing and squishing, and let's really kind of push this out of reality. I'm trying to decide if that feels better or worse. Let's see. If you guys have suggestions, like, feel free to just toss them out. We'll think about this together. It's funny because like characters like this kind of make me think about the Red Skull or whatever he's called from Captain America from the Avengers. Let's kind of flatten this out. I think that was a poor design choice, but we'll see. Whenever I use my move brush, I usually like to have it so that he's got a good, a nice high focal shift, well, medium high focal shift, usually like between 20 and 30-ish. Let's see, play with these forms, figure those out. Let's see. Is this going to be a statue? I don't know. I might make it like a Google backface masking. I don't want to use backface masking right now, but it is a good trick. Okay, let's go through. Let's add in a neck. Okay, so my IMM primitives brush, I mean, I haven't made it available or anything like that yet. But I mean, it's basically a modified standard. I didn't particularly like the options that it gave me. The default one, I felt like the shapes just weren't manipulatable enough. They weren't malleable enough for me. So I went ahead and it reminds you of Nosferatu. It's funny, I thought about doing Nosferatu, but then I just decided I wanted to go back to the undead boyfriend sort of idea. So that's what this is gonna be. I got to give him like shaggy hair and everything like that. Letterman jacket. And then he's going to be holding a clump of dirt with a flower poking out of it. Okay. Let's see, let's do something more like that. Oh, I thought I had my lasso on. I did, but then I changed it to the rectangle. That's just how it works. Oh, nerds. Okay. Okay, let's just go through here and we'll say inflate. That's probably like all the neck that we'll need. And we'll just kind of build off of it. So let's see, how's everybody doing? Are you guys doing anything fun for like personal projects or? Let's go through, do something like this. Push this in. Pull these out. I've been working on my Desk Pet series, which I've started releasing on my Gumroad. So if you're interested in purchasing the digital files, they're available on my Gumroad. It's really cool. So here's my hippo. Okay, so you can go through. They're 3D printable files. Really cool. Got my my shark. Okay, and then he comes with like an ice cream voice bubble, which is really fun. Yeah, that voice bubble looks like this, by the way. And if you're interested in stickers, I do have a bunch of stickers that I'm selling as well, including like a Yoda Buddha, my fish bot, and those are available on my Etsy. I'm trying to put them into my store on what's it called? On my website. You can see my website down middle of the screen, but it's really fun. So hopefully, if you're interested, you want to have those cool things, palling around with you, I would invite you to check her out. Okay. So now the trick, you know what? I'm going to experiment with something real quick. Because we can. Okay, let's kind of smooth that out. I want to try to make him feel younger, and I think part of what's making him feel too old might be the top here. Just that he has like not enough forehead or something. Maybe that the cheekbones are too pronounced or something. It's like what I'm wanting to do, I want him to feel kind of more college aged or high school or something like that. And I think to be able to do that, maybe we'll just give him an actual nose. It's tricky. Maybe I just need to like make the brows feel lighter, make them feel more open, make the eyes feel more round. Because he just feels like a mummy. Feels like a mummy. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate this just to be able to keep it. Let's save it just so that we don't lose it. Design themes, sculpts. You say new folder, horror. I should go through and like really name these. 01. Oops, didn't want to open that. 02. Okay, so horror. No, I don't want to put that on the front there. Okay. Yeah, let's go for something more athletic. Let's really start to kind of push this in that direction. And then let's rethink this mouth a little bit. And maybe once we go through and start adding in things like the teeth, it'll start to feel better. But now it's starting to go more of a Pixar route, and that's totally fine. We'll keep it like that, I guess. It's a very tricky game to play, but you know, something about the aesthetic that I wanted to learn, and that's what the design challenge idea is. And you know, being able to figure out new things and develop yourself, you know, so that's why it's called a challenge, right? The clothes make the zombie. How you doing, Ghost? It's people like you that make it so much harder to not be on the stream every week. Miss you, buddy. Now it kind of almost looks like Ernesto de la Cruz. Remember me, even though I cannot sing, remember me. Okay, let's see. Zombie Lord Farquaad. Yeah, I mean, it really could be, couldn't it? Man, the sun's starting to come out. Go away, sun. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's like I go through and I adjust the blinds so that I can see my screen. Now it's like the sun's like, hello everybody. Okay, so I've got like 20 minutes left on this, and then I'm going to jump in and start working on some rock sculpting for my Candyland scene. If you haven't seen my Candyland scene yet, you're missing out. Just kidding. Okay, let's block in some hair. I'm in the mood for blocking in a little bit of this hair, giving him kind of something of a mop top sort of thing, you know. So let's do this. Figure out. I like to say I'm going to do something, and then I do something completely different, and then it's like, oh yeah. Okay, grab insert mesh primitives. I think the hair is gonna help them to feel much more the way. Ooh, I kind of like the idea of having it be sort of flat on top. Let's have it be sort of flat. I kind of like that slope, so we'll see if I continue liking it once I. Oh, split unmasked. We're gonna start renaming these things. Eye left. Head. Okay. Oh, because I turned off the smooth. I was like, why did it? Funny. Okay. Let's do this real quick before I get into too much actual sculpting. Let's make that a different poly group. He looked French for a second. I think he looks more like a Russian foot soldier with like, or no, is it Russian? Maybe. Whoever has like the really cool like beret things that they got going on. Okay, it's hard to see. So this is one of my tricks. If I can't see my topology, not that my topology super matters, it's just helpful. Let's start. So what I'll do is I'll change to flat color. I'll just drag the material clear out to the canvas, and that makes it so that it's a flat color. That makes it so that there's absolutely no shading at all on the mesh. If you want to be able to change it back, just go to startup material or whatever material you have, and yeah, good to go. Okay, let's see if I can get some good. Oh, I don't want to Dynamesh yet, or not Dynamesh. Sculptors that yet. I know, I had you fooled. I had you fooled. Okay, so let's start putting in an ear. So are any of you gonna participate in the monthly design challenge? Anybody gonna go join the no spare time design challenge? Now it doesn't have to be a ZBrush sculpt. If you want to, you can participate with drawings or 3D models or paintings or whatever it is that you want to do. It's a very open-ended sort of design challenge. In fact, one of my buddies, he went through and did this. I don't know if it qualifies as VR AR, but yeah, he did something, you know, kind of VR AR-esque, and it was really cool. Little bat for this month, so he's like already taken care of. Yeah, I kind of like keeping it up there. Yep, who has the time? That's why I'm taking this time to go through and work on it, because otherwise it ain't gonna get done. Okay, this is my my hairbrush that I developed. I like having really simple stylized shapes. Oops, wrong. No, it's not Alt, it's Control. There we go. I like having simple stylized shapes, and so I like having this sort of just simple shapes I can draw out. Works really nicely. And then I can just come in here and I can kind of split out certain hairs. Just kind of pull it out so that it feels a little less tidy. Tidy, we could say. Indeed, we could say that. It is tidy. So we're just going to kind of pull this up, pull it around, fix that shape something. And yeah, we'll probably go through and add some more strokes or whatever. Let's add in one of these. Not that one, it's this one. So I'm using Control to be able to make it rotate. It's really handy. I think it's one of those things that's just a little too underutilized. But it gives you really pretty excellent control. Not perfect control, but pretty excellent control. that should be alright. Oh, gotta commit that. Let's give him like this updo. Commuting 12 plus hours a day. Do you work out of the country? What do you how do you do that? Let me see. No. Quick question. At what point in the process do you usually connect the head to the neck? It depends. It depends really on like what my intent is. 'Cause I mean, there may be times where I don't, like I just flat out don't connect the pieces at all. There might be times where I connect it and it might feel too early, or there might be days where I use a base mesh, which has, you know, obviously the head and the shoulders already attached. So I guess that there's a plethora of different ways that I like to go about it. And it really just kind of depends on the day, really. And on what it is that I'm creating. If I'm doing something like this where it's like highly design centric and I have no idea what it's going to turn out to look like, I'll usually keep things pretty separate for a long time. Sometimes I don't ever join them together. It's kind of interesting that way. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and at least give myself a second eye. Alright. Got 8 minutes. Okay, so you're 12 hours a day. Okay. Okay, I see. Wow. I was way off there. I was understanding that you were commuting 12 hours a day. So you're essentially working, you know, a base 8 hours or however long, and you have up to 4 hours of commute time. That's insane. Where do you live so that I don't move there? You know, that being said, there are a lot of people that actually do like the commute. So like Corey Loftus, seems like he said that he lives pretty far out, like far away from Disney. Okay, so you get like an hour and a half commute each way, depending on what time of day you actually leave. Man. Man alive. You know what? Let's do it like this. Let's say, once it's done saving, let's go geometry, crease, uncrease all. Because when you use the extender, it goes through and creates creasing along those extension points to be able to help maintain the shape. So I'm just going to say uncrease all. Let's make that all one polygroup. Marietta, huh? Wow. Wow. something keeps happening in that it's like turning off my symmetry. I wonder what's causing that. Yeah, I mean, I'm fortunate that like my commute to work, I'm able to take the 210, take that down and in. Because I think that if I had to take the it's like I used to have to take the 110 up into Glendale, and that's a nightmare. The 110 anywhere. But it's not the 405 and it's not the 10. So okay, so we're gonna pull this down, something like that. Unmanned aerial vehicles, that's pretty cool. So do you work on making them or do you pilot them? Both are cool, by the way. That's like a super slick this is super slick. That's a really cool career to be in. What do I know about Sculptress? I'm not sure I'm understanding your question. It feels like I'm getting bits and pieces from Facebook. I don't know if everybody's you know, check and see really quick if you're if you're getting all of your messages across on the chat over here, just right above my picture. I'm having a hard time understanding a couple of the things that are coming through on Facebook. Charlie Barta on Facebook said that was bugging me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that means, unless you're talking about like traffic bugs you. In which case, yeah, we got you. Otherwise, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what that means. What do you know about Sculptress? Project is dead. Pixelogic. Oh, so it might be. I don't know if they're developing it further um, as a standalone project or anything like that anymore. I suspect that they probably are not. But yeah, that's something I didn't actually think about. I don't think. Is Sculptress one of those softwares that you've used in the past? Okay, so forms right now are really messy, and Geo would be ashamed. But we'll clean them up. They will be clean. This is one of those things that I like to do to just kind of make it look like it's joined. they're not really actually joined. And you can look and see it's like it's just kind of overlapping geometry, but it makes it look like it's joined together, or like it's got more unity to it. So yeah, should be pretty cool. Alright. Only got like a couple minutes left, I think. Oh, 30 seconds. 30 seconds, man. That's just like no time at all. What can we do in 30 seconds? Let's smooth this out a little bit. Okay. We'll have to worry about things like a hand and arm next time. Okay, so we're gonna save that. Horror. Replace it, please. Okay, cool. So there we go. I'll keep it up for right now, but now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna jump over into Candyland. Candyland 20. And here we go. All right. So what I want to do is I want to focus on kind of separating some of these rocks out. We've already got them kind of separated. Okay, just to be able to show you what's going on. I essentially went through and cut the patches. I'm pretty sure I did this on stream, so you're welcome to go ahead and check it. Check back on past streams to see kind of the process on that. But now, so I've got all these different little pieces that I can cut out and work with. So I'm just going to say auto groups just to make sure that each piece is its own poly group. And then I can work on individual pieces. So real quick. Ooh, actually, let's try this. So there's this really cool thing inside of geometry, I think. Might actually be deformation. Let's try deformation. No, I think it's geometry. Clay polish. There we go. So at work, when we're working on rock work and things like that for the rides and for the attractions at Disneyland, zombies in Candyland, zombie dragons in Candyland. Okay, I'm gonna set another hour because I also want to get into posing the characters. If you remember, I have these characters in here. That's the wrong one. Where's my character? Anyway, I got my dragons, but I had a character. I was just wondering if I brought him in. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I forgot to bring him in. But yeah, one of the things that we'll go through and do, like I'll load them in so that we have them. Char B3. This guy. So I want to do a couple of things, and I'll probably save the second character for another week. But what I'm going to do is I want to go through and do a different facial expression. I don't think I have the sketchbook around here right now. I might somewhere. But essentially the dragon that's kind of being leapt off of, I want that dragon's rider to have kind of like this like panicked sort of face. So that's going to be kind of the did I not start that timer? I didn't start that timer. Timer started. All right. Bye, Wilfred. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. You totally deserve it. But yeah, anyway, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have the two different facial expressions, and we're gonna call it good. Okay, so let's try this clay polish and see where it gets us. What this will do is it'll kind of go through and search for hard edges, and it'll amplify those. So you can see if I keep polishing that, I'm starting to get kind of this this chunky sort of shape. So let's try doing this, and we'll say inflate. Okay. Okay, some of these pieces I might go through and like consolidate them or eliminate them. Let's see actually. Because like this is a little distracting to me, and I feel like that'd just be too much to clean up, so I'm just going to eliminate some of these. And then we'll bring like I don't want it to feel too much like it's all sort of just messy like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up taking some of these sections. I'm not even going to change my view. I'm just going to kind of bring this over so that it lines up. Okay. I'm going to bring it out some too. We can use some bulk. We don't want to use the sculptress mode on this. So you can see what it's doing. It's really just a cheap way of kind of getting these shapes and getting these creases and things like that. But it works. It works really pretty well. I'm just going to come through here. Let's just pinch this together. Oh, come on. Bigger brush. And then what's cool is that I can go through and I can just use my move brush and manipulate where these creases actually fall. Some of these places we're going to want to go through and kind of smooth out and then pinch back. And it's like, this is how we did rock work at DreamWorks. This is how some people do it at Disney. It's really kind of just a quick method. The thing with rock work is that it doesn't have to it doesn't have to deform. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people who go through and take a tremendous amount of care in making sure that topology on their rocks is nice and clean and pristine and just works for everything, right? When you have an entire island to put together, and your art director is like, I want to be able to go everywhere and see the whole island. If I want to make a choice to go somewhere on the other side of the island, one shot to the next, I want to make sure that I've got the geometry there to accommodate. And you gotta go through and you gotta have this this stuff like really pretty quickly put together. And this is just like a quick, simple way of being able to handle that. Again, I mean, the topology doesn't look like much. Okay, it doesn't look good. It's not the kind of topology that you would be able to put onto a demo reel and have people salivate over. But the rocks, when you're done, looks pretty good, you know. Just a bunch of back and forth. be sure that if you get to a point where it's like I want to change forms or shapes like I did just there, don't feel bad about going through and changing things and pulling things around. Is it okay to decimate the model and auto unwrap in Maya when you do rock environment like this? So something that's really, really cool, and this is a trick that we used at DreamWorks, is that when we had a model like this and we had to unwrap UVs, we would just use the UV master inside of ZBrush, and that would give us a good basic unfold, because going through and just unfolding in Maya or Blender or wherever, it's going to take a lot of processing power. It's going to take a long time, but ZBrush is really good about doing it really pretty quickly. So I mean, I think it'd be reasonable if we were to go through and cover that at some point when we get there. I don't know that we'll get there today or not, but maybe that's something I could put in my notes for next week. Keep my notes on hand. Okay. Well, I guess it wouldn't be next week, but next time. Okay, 1 hour for, maybe we'll start off with environments. Rock work, I'll put UVs ? And we'll see what else oh yeah, we'll do we'll work on our horror sculpts a little bit too. We'll see what else we do. We'll probably like jump around all the time. But yeah, let's have fun with it. Game Luencer, how you doing? How is your weekend treating you so far? Yeah, it was fun. So when I was working on How to Train Your Dragon, one of the things that I made all the dragon cages. I made there's a, in fact, I don't remember how. Yeah, so there's this scene in the movie where Grimmel is checking out his map. I made the map, by the way, the map and his compass and the little magnifying glass that he has. It's pretty fun. I like making little props and stuff. Anyway, so one of the things that I made, he was outside of the Vikings mead hall, their eatery, their cafeteria, if you will, and he was sitting underneath this large statue of Stoic. I sculpted the statue's head, and that was awesome. That was a really cool project to get during the film, and it was a lot of this. Just going through and just kind of figuring out where do my creases need to go, how do I define these planes, and then you just go ahead and you just kind of tweak and push and pull until you get the forms that you want. Yeah, real simple. It's really not super complicated. Bichar, dude. Game Luencer, just trying to learn 3D stuff. Well, this is a great way to learn 3D stuff. Like having resources like ZBrush Live, it's tremendous. Like I wish that I had ZBrush Live around when I was learning, because I'm self-taught, And I mean, it took a lot of effort, but it's one of those things where now I'm a ZBrush cowboy, as it were, where it's pretty much all that I use. That's the term that people will use in the industry to describe a person who is just ZBrush. Okay. Let's get some of that pinched together, get some of that pinched together, get some of that pinched together. This is always really exciting when it feels like it's working and it's starting to turn out more of a rocky sort of look. So now in here, I want this to be flatter. So I'm going to use my trim dynamic. And watch this. I'm going to make it fairly large. I'm just going to, oop, that's too much. Sometimes it gets kind of tricky to play with. Okay, here's another trick. I'm gonna do something different because it's not working quite as well as I'd like. I'm just gonna kind of put my brush right around there, something like that. And then, actually, let's solo these pieces out. Come on, you. Okay, let's hit solo because I want to make sure that I don't want to affect the bottom at all. I want the bottom to stay where it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my gizmo. Just going to make it so that it's pretty flat. It doesn't have to be flat. We're just going to flatten that out a little bit like that. And look at that. Now we've got this really cool kind of plateau with a little bit of a crack going through it. Okay, so now we can go through, we can do things like that in other spots. Like right here could be cool. Let's use the mask pen. Let's go ahead and do something like that. It's going to take this over here. Come on, you. Kind of give it a little bit of a crack, and maybe I can make it a little uneven of a surface, so maybe this part is raised up a little higher. And let's give this a little bit more of a pinch here. That's looking cooler. Okay, let's get some of that going in there. See, what's cool about doing rock work is that, and especially using this sort of method, I mean, you can see it's stretching these polygons out quite a bit. And the nice thing about having these faces being stretched out like that is it gives you more of a natural sort of rock face sort of look. So as we keep going, you'll see more and more of that. But yeah, where is that coming from? That's a messy one. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, yeah, that one doesn't seem like it's going to, I'm gonna lock my camera just so I don't have to worry about rotating it at all. And I'm going to collapse one of those edges down. Let's collapse this one down too. Come on, you. Come on, baby. That's probably the problem, is that it's underneath. It's like it's interfering with or intersecting with another piece. Some of these pieces I can just go through with my ZModeler brush and just kind of collapse those edges down, and that'll get rid of those spikes. It's kind of the problem with the way that I created these meshes, but it's not a huge deal. Right now I'm trying to learn baking. Baking is really cool. Baking is really good. High poly baking, good specification there, because Mitch says he just learned how to bake a cake, or just baked a cake. So is that a high poly cake? Are you gonna do textures on that cake there, Mitch? Huh? You gonna? Not Mitch, Mick. Oh my goodness. That's funny. Mick, yeah. Sorry, buddy. Being taught by a guy who worked on How to Train Your Dragon is cool. Oh, I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you think so. Oh, good. We still got 40 minutes to work on this rock work. Nice to see you sculpting. Oh, nice for you to drop by, dude. Are you coming out to the summit, B-Chad? You coming? Huh? Dude, Jose, how you doing, dude? It's been a while since I stopped in and said hello. Well, it's been a while since I sculpted, so it's it's been crazy. Like things have gotten insane at work, and so it's been kind of crazy. It's been and kind of crazy. I mean, like really crazy. Okay, we're gonna pull some of these pieces up here, some of this topology up here, so that I can have better access to it. Oh, not solo. There we go. But yeah, dude, I'm working on stuff for multiple parks right now, and it is a blast. Like I cannot underscore that enough. And it's so awesome feeling so needed and so included and so wanted at work. Like that's like my it's not always been something that I've thought about. Like I want to work on stuff for Disneyland. I always thought, I'm going to work for Disney before I turn 35, and I'm here. But it's like I never imagined I'd be working on theme park attractions and things like that, and it's cool. It's cool, but it's even cooler that people want me there. Feels like a little family. So my suggestion is, be open to opportunities as they come, and then be involved, work hard, and you'll find places that value you and that value what you do and rely on you. People at work rely on me very heavily for a lot of different things, and it's because I've got a wide range of experience, ranging from video games to toys and animated film, um, production topology, UVs, everything. So like I've done everything now, and so it's and I'm still young, but that's the kind of problem you need. You want to be wanted, you want to be needed. Like one of the things I really admire about my friend Ana Carolina, if you watch her streams at all, you kind of understand what it is that she does. But she does a lot of programming, um, really neat stuff for AR and VR applications. And she's artistic and she's technologically adept. Uh, and just really good at everything she does. So it's like, those sorts of things give her a really good amount of job security. And she works with cool people, and she enjoys what she does. And so, and those are things that she probably would not have thought to go into as a kid. But yeah, uh, not yet planned. Well, dude, if you do decide to come, let me know. We'll go get supper or something. Um, Yeah, no, Mick. Yeah, no, I haven't been streaming a whole lot lately because work's been crazy. Because I was originally streaming every Wednesday night, and I really loved that. That was really good. But then I actually got so uh, at church we get callings to be able to kind of to be able to teach the youth or to be able to work with the primary, which is like the young children and whatnot. Um, anyway, so I recently I had been teaching Sunday school at church, which was cool. But then I was called to work with the youth, with the young men, and that was it was a very different change, but that required that I be available Wednesday nights. Um, and so I changed to Friday for my streaming, and then I had so much happening for work that I just decided, how about we do something more um, like a bi-monthly stream or something like that. So yeah, right now I'm kind of more of like a bi-monthly streamer plus I do the group stream. So Ana Carolina and I started it with Ashley Adams, and I believe next week, or maybe it's the week after. Yeah, I think it's the 27th. I think it's going to be the 27th, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to go through and check. In fact, maybe I'll just go ahead and check because it should be fairly easy for me to find. Um, the 25th. What's the 25th? No, not the 25th. It's the 27th. So yeah, I was right. The 27th. So it'd be a Tuesday. Um, so not this coming Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. It'll be it'll be the three of us. It'll be Ana Carolina and I, with the addition of Pablo Munoz. Oh my goodness, that's embarrassing. I'm sorry, buddy. You know what? Let's see if we can pinch all this together. Cool. But yeah, so that'll be really cool. So Tuesday the 27th so far. I mean, we haven't gotten into all the logistics of it and whatnot yet. So nothing's 100% decided, but so far that seems to be the right date, and it would be I think like 5 p.m. or something like that, Pacific time. Oh, come on, you. Oh, my nose is all itchy. I have no idea what's doing that. It's like, learned 3D modeling and animation in school, Maya to ZBrush and back to Maya. Yeah, and that's phenomenal workflow. I love Maya. I've been using that since 2006 or something like that, and I've been in ZBrush since 2012. And dude, the two of them together, it's incredible. It's powerful, for sure. Okay, so I want to try to get something more angled. Yeah. So yeah, Maya's really good, and I love ZBrush. Got that. So for those of you who were here at the beginning of the stream, I showed you a piece that I had that I'd gone through and created for part of my. It was an ArtStation challenge submission. I went through and created a bust, and yeah, have her on the printer right now. Should be pretty cool. Should be able to print her out. She should end up being something like this big, something like that, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I'm super excited. It's just a quick going through, and I keyed everything together. Oh, this is the wrong head. Uh-oh. Did I print? I think I might have printed the wrong head, guys. Oh my goodness. Because this is supposed to be keyed in. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh, is it the wrong bust too? No freaking way. No way. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try this. Clone, import STL. Oh, good. Look, it's got the key in it. We're good. We're safe. Okay, let's Control Shift D, import the other pieces. So yeah, here we go. It's got the keys in it. Good. Oh my gosh, that freaking just... Okay, so let's just bring all these pieces in. This is how you process STLs to make sure that everything's working right. What happens is that it'll go through and it'll replace whatever subtool you have selected. So if you want to be able to keep those pieces, you have to Control Shift D or duplicate. You get your duplicate button there. Z plugin. You go ahead, import STL. Now we got this hair bun piece. Okay, so now we can turn that back on, and now we got all of our pieces. Oh my goodness. It kind of freaked me out. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's save over this. Bust. Do you want to replace it? Yes, I want to replace it. How did I create the hair? So the hair is something that I created. I have a. If any of you are familiar with the Dylan Ekron brush, I have one that's similar, and I just click and drag it out. To create this hair, I went ahead and I don't remember exactly how, but I essentially turned off my thickness